Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Friday, February 22nd. Uh, Still in an interesting spot here with the overall market, with the S&P 500 coming up here to the high 270s, trying to retest the 280 level. So it's an exciting time in the market, in my opinion. Um, trying to trying to get a feel for the direction that we're going to be moving in the future. As always, I like to start my morning off and a lot of times in the evening as well, go in and analyze the S&P 500 using the Spider ETF, which we have here on the screen on the 180-day, 4-hour time frame. And so I like to look at this first thing in the morning and always keep this in mind as much as I can throughout the day. I don't always do the best job at doing that, but that's what I've tried to do. So if we zoom in here on the past um, few days of trading, about a week of trading, we can see, so each one of these black areas is a day and the shaded areas are the after hours. We can see these two candles. These are 4-hour candles, so these would be yesterday's trading hours during the day, during the normal market hours. We can see that the price dropped down and it got bought all the way back up. The price dropped down and it got bought um, up halfway, and that's that to me was a bullish signal. Even though the price is dropping, there's a lot of support here and the support is down by the VWAP, and the price is closing up above the VWAP on each one of these candles. Even though if we go in here and look at a 5-minute chart, it does look like a very bearish day. When you look at the 4-hour, it tells kind of a different story. So keeping that in mind, knowing that people bought the all the drops were getting bought up yesterday, and then looking in this grade area, as we say, is the aftermarket and pre-market. So if I were to put a timeline in here, this blue line, this separates the aftermarket, which happens from um, 4 to 8, and then the pre-market, which happens and 4 in the morning, starts trading. Okay, and then so in this gray shaded area, we can see at the end of aftermarket trading last night, it held this support here real strong. Let's see, put a line here for you. Held the support area and then curled up. So seeing this, I thought that, okay, we're going to make a push up towards the 280s or 279 area, which if we go to this trading day today, we did indeed push up here to the 279.20s. So market is still strong in direction, and that in mind, and strong in a bullish direction and trending upwards. That in mind, we had some good movement on the stocks today. Um, so I was following ROKU start things off, and I was also um, following STMP, stamps.com. The stamps.com, we'll go to them right now. They were gapping down massively. They're just massive sell off there on stamps. So this is let me get the right time frame up for you. Uh, so this is the 15-year, 1 week chart. We can see, look how it dropped down from yesterday's trading and went from $208 all the way down to $100 in pre-market, and then later on the day it's gone down all the way to 82. It's gone $82, so it's dropped over 50% in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. So that's insane. Just look at this drop here. I mean, that's you can get massive moves out of this and make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money, but that's why we were watching this stock. So let's go in here, and that's the weekly time frame. If we break it down, let's go down here and look up close on the 1 minute and see what we were looking at. So we saw this gapping down, and I had marked these yellow lines off. These are my pre-market levels that I had found in the shaded area of price trading time frame, and I marked these yellow lines levels based on what I see in the gray areas. Now, this blue line was a line from back on the weekly chart that I had marked off. And my initial thought, a lot of times when a stock's gapping down this much, it will get balled up and retrace to one of these yellow lines before selling back off. And so with that in mind, I had an idea. I wanted to play this stock both ways. So I wanted to get in because it's moving so big. I knew if I got in and went long for a quick scalp play in and out to the long side, I could make a good chunk of change as long as I got out quickly enough, and then I could reverse my position and go short and get in for a bigger leg down, which is exactly what happened. But I got shook out. The stock was moving so much. I wasn't used to having to trade on this smallest share size. So if we zoom in here to so we can see the price shot all the way up to over this yellow line that I have, and then it sold back off and pulled back, and this is where I got long. I got long here. Let me just go in here and show my trades for you real quick. So I got long on this candle, on the third candle at 92.64. So 92.64. So that's right here. I got long there. And as you can see, we didn't get any continuation upwards. All we got was this big drop down right here. So I got out on this candle, and this is my other. See, we can see the reason I went long here is because I had this level mark. I thought we were going to get a retracement back up near the more towards the $100 mark before we sold off, but I wasn't keeping in mind this price sorry guys, I wasn't keeping in mind this yellow line. We had already broken through this yellow support line of pre-market. We'd already broken through, and we came up, touched that yellow dotted line. I don't know if you can see that, this yellow line. I'll put a line over it. So this white line, we were on top of it. Then we came under it, came up here, tested it, and rejected off. And I went long here, thinking it would go up. In hindsight, no, that was your short area because you had this yellow line as resistance. So I should have stopped looking for a long there. I should have immediately said, okay, this little, because we got the pull back, it just wasn't as big as I thought it would be with this green candle. I was expecting more green candles up. They never came. So one of my downsides on this trade is I opened this position, and then I immediately went and I saw ROKU, and I took a trade on ROKU, and I didn't see this big drop, and I looked over, and this big huge candle had came all the way down here to 89.18, and I panicked and I sold right here at the bottom of this red candle. I sold right here at the bottom of this red candle. So I panicked right there, guys. So I should have, if I had waited, the price, as we can see, came all the way back up to here. And I could have sold out. This would be a point where I should have sold out. And I did. I ended up entering a short position up here. So I actually lost I lost $80 on this first trade in here, and then with this trade I entered a short position at 89.13, and 89.13. 89.13. Sorry, guys. So right there, about in here, I entered the short position. And I entered it at the lows because I saw this curling down action, trying to retest this base in here. And as we can see, we did get it break through. It broke through this level, and I covered half of my position here. I only went in 25 shares because, sorry, someone's calling me. I only went in 25 shares because the range on this was so much. I mean, my stop loss was $90.50 all the way back up here at this level. So, you know, that's that's over $1.50, and I was already down $80 from this stupid long trade that I took, so I wasn't trying to risk too much. I already lost more than I was even supposed to lose because this big candle came so quick and I panicked. So, and then I ended up making some money on this. So I held this. I covered 12 shares here, and then I added 12 shares here short, and then I came out here on this trade, and I actually ended up trying to go long here, thinking that we would get, because the stock was all the way at the lows on the 1 year chart. It was all the way at the lows, and I was thinking that we would get a bounce here. We never got it. That was stupid. I could break that down more, but all in all, I got me one of my other trades. All in all, on that stock, because we were up, but we gave it back when we over traded there at the end. So lost lost about lost about $20 total on that trade, but we got it back with Roku. This is Roku on the 1 week chart, guys, and I was looking back here during pre-market when I was gapping up. It wasn't up this high yet. It was over in these areas. Sorry, it was in this where this white line was in pre-market. I was thinking it's actually a little bit below that. It was about down here at this level in pre-market, but I was thinking that we would get a move up, but I was being very cautious to have a rejection off this white line because of this weekly level back here. In hindsight, actually, I should have been paying attention more to the 4 hour chart and seeing that we could easily break through this small resistance level right in here and go up to test these levels in here. So I should have been paying attention to a closer time frame, not so worried about the weekly chart. So, but that being said, I did make some money on this trade and I gotta hurry up. But let's go to the 1 minute. So so I had an awesome entry. We can see is it had earnings, and people are really getting FOMO on this stock, and we can see that it was curling up here over this red line, and it was getting balled up right at the open in the first 5 minutes, and I saw this candle here, and I knew that this thing was going to push up, so I went long with 50 shares here, and I added 50 shares here, and this is all 1 minute time frame, and then I ended up selling out all my position right here at 58.16. On accident, I want to only sell at 25, but I accidentally sold out of all. In hindsight, so I could have played this better. I made about $124 on this trade. I could have played this better. As you can see, it ran all the way up. If I had switched to a 5 minute time frame after I made my entry, then switched to a 5 minute time frame and waited for this big 5-minute pullback candle right here back down towards VWAP. This is where I should have